The new chapter for the session is chapter number 6, which is lines and angles. As we have discussed in the previous chapter about Euclid's contribution to geometry, we have come across various axioms, postulates, and many things connected with lines. So those properties of lines which you have studied in Euclid's contribution is what we're going to extend in learning the connection between lines and angles and various further properties connected with lines and angles. As we have discussed that a line is a unique line which passes through two distinct points, now comes how an angle is connected with the line, is what we are going to discuss in today's session. The lines connected with angles. As we all know that angle is part of two lines, we know what an angle is. So let's see how we connect an angle with the straight line. Imagine I have two lines which are intersecting, the line L1 and the line L2 intersecting at this point. Now my question here is, what is an angle? How many possible angles are existing when these two lines L1 and L2 are intersecting at a point P? I find that there is an angle out here, there is an angle out here, there is an angle out here, and there is an angle out here. So totally there are four angles, 1, 2, 3 and 4 is how I understand the lines intersecting to form angles. There are angles out here which are formed by the two lines intersecting. Let's see the continued properties connected with lines and angles as introduction, continued with the session. Now that we have learnt about the introduction of lines and angles, there are some basic terms in the topic which we need to understand before we get into the concept of lines and angles. The basic understanding of the basic terms. So let's see what are the basic terms as used in the topic lines and angles. Initially with the basic terms as used here. Now as that we are defining a line or an angle which is derived from a line, the source of an angle is a line, is how I understand. Therefore, it is very important that we understand the different forms of line representations. Say for example, I have a line which is this, with the endpoints A and B. Then this is called line segment AB. I call this as line segment AB, is how I understand this. Next, say I have a point A, but I don't have the end on the right, or I have point B and I don't have an end on the left, or I have point C, or I have none of the points in between, but it doesn't end on the right and left. These kind of lines which do not end on the either side or on the both sides. Here it doesn't end on the right, here it doesn't end on the left, and here the line doesn't end on either side. Such lines are called rays. I call them rays. A light ray which passes, imagine I take a torch and pass a light ray, it never ends, it goes on and on. So we call this as a ray. The right ray, the left ray, the two end ray is how we define the subterms. So it's very important that we understand the line segment AB and the rays AB before we understand the line AB. Line AB is a line which can be a line segment or a terminated ray on one side or non-terminated on either side. Is how we understand the basic terms which are essential in connecting lines with angles.
If you like this video, please give a thumbs up. Please subscribe to our channel to get more videos on CBSE syllabus.